Hello, today we're going to be jumping into the church cave and seeing if it's still as good as it was before. Alright, so here we are on top of the church cave. As you notice, it's kind of got a flatter roof. You might be able to build some defenses up on top of this structure. I'm going a little too fast, sorry about that. I'm not sure if it looks better than it did in Scorched Earth on the outside here. I know that was kind of like a free model they threw in and it looked okay. So this is maybe more in style with what Scorched Earth should be. That's hard to say. Doesn't really match the rest of the game and structures, and I guess it kind of matches those structures out here. But even these don't seem to fit into the game very well. They just don't look amazing. Yeah, these just don't look amazing. I'm not sure they're textured as well as some of the other stuff. They don't seem to match the environment or the player or anything, but hey, that's what ASA has issues with anyway, so we'll move on. That's not important here. The point here is to find out if this cave is good or not, and to kind of get a first look at it. Alright, so we'll come through this pillar in the middle, messes up any defense you could possibly have in this building. Why? Why do they keep putting pillars in anywhere that makes something good for PvP? Alright, because this door is small. This would be a great way to get some turrets back there and block. We can get some turrets on the left and some turrets on the right, but I mean, as soon as you can sprint in and get to here, then you can, you could try and solve that by putting some turrets back up and around there to shoot back this way. But ultimately, those would be pretty easy to get around as well. Now, the windows are still here. Doesn't seem like you can jump through them. I guess it's not quite as small as they look. Can you shoot through them? Hard to say. Third person offset won't let me shoot through them. How about first person? Yeah, it looks like it's going through. Need something on the other side to really know. But not important. Most defenses don't take place up here anyway. Especially with the hole right there where you can drop in and pretty much defeat any defenses here. So this is generally the best spot in the cave, right? One of the best spots in the cave. Oh, we got a sandstorm coming. And this was a crouch point with the gate that they always wanted to get rid of, so I guess they got rid of it. So you get some big dinosaurs down here, kind of. They made this part a little bit smaller. Oh, but then you got doorways you can jump out here as a player. And go down in there. And go down in there. Okay, okay. Sit up here and snipe down at anybody there so you have the high ground once you're at this point. Oh, that's interesting. This used to be the spot where I would really defend this cave really well. Not with turrets, but on foot. And with their Xenos. Made it much bigger. Alright. So we're definitely making this so a smaller tribe can't defend this cave as well, from the looks of it so far. But we're just getting started. Alright, we're just in the beginning. We're heading down. I'm not seeing any great places for turrets yet. You could probably put some in here as a slowdown, but you got to keep in mind turret detection ranges and stuff like that. If it blocks turrets further down. It's probably a better way to put turrets further down, but we'll see. So this is a pretty big open room, so it might be kind of hard to use turrets in here effectively. Especially when they can sprint around and do an LOS in certain spots. But maybe on these pillars and stalactites and stuff hanging down. Because they can snipe at you from the windows up there. Alright, let's head down. It is cool looking though. As far as the redesign goes, it looks nice. But as far as PvP goes, not so great. Right. Alright, so head down. These blue flowers are kind of cool and shiny. Oh, what is this? This is a nice little block right here. How much room do we have past it? This was the first spot when you came down. in here on Survival Evolved that you would really put turrets to really block people. Everything else, if you put turrets anywhere else, it was just a slowdown. So yeah, this is about right. This is unfortunate. Yeah, this is a nice little spot to hide in, and whoa, it's a dark spot. Okay, am I stuck? Oh no, I'm in a hole. I'm in a hole that I can't see in. All right. Anyway, this is a not great. You can come right here and change your armor and have a nice little point to pop around and shoot from here, or stand back here with a tech tape or a tech rex and pop it out and shoot. Pop around the corner and shoot with it. So this really messes up the defense in here. You used to be able to build right here. You can put 100 turrets right here and shoot back up in there and really hold this spot pretty much indefinitely if you're online. You can still do that, but they can sprint here, change the armor, and then sprint down into here. It's still a good spot. Not as good. Alright, so it's definitely weaker. Looks cool. Looks nice. Alright, let's move on into the next little area here. And this will drop down into a big hole and go around into the hole as well. So yeah, it still does that. Alright, yeah, but tribes like to build cliff platforms, defense in here, and hang turrets off them, and have them shoot this way, and use this kind of as another choke point. Have the turret shooting up into this. So then you would only put a few turrets in here, and then this would be your main defense as well if you chose to go that way. But the problem with that is, again, you can sprint over here, right? And come around and be out of line of sight of those turrets. So then you would have to put turrets over here to prevent that, and it becomes a huge mess. Alright, this is a little bit different, but not that much different. It's still the same layout with just a few different rocks and stuff sticking out, and it's a little bit different design on the structures. It looks nice, but it definitely, everything that they did to make it look nicer damaged the strength of it instead of increasing the strength of it for PvP. So this cave is going to be much easier to take now than it was before. Alright, so we'll head on down in. We got some cool crystal structures going along in here, like aberration. Kind of getting like the aberration vibes going on. Alright, this is where the split is, left and right. I'll just check out both splits. This split's larger. Of course, when there's a split, if you defend one or not the other, they can go through one and go up behind the other, so it's kind of pointless to worry about defending splits until they come back together. These things aren't supposed to be able to see me. Okay. Deal with it. Alright, so it looks cool. We got more of the blue glowy flowers in here, and it doesn't seem that they're pickable. I'm supposed to be invisible, guys. Apparently I'm not. Okay, we got some resources in here. And this is where they split. So we'll go back up and check the other side now. Alright, so now we're back to the split. We'll go to the left side. Left side's got a nice little... This could be a choke point. A Pyraxer might be able to fit through here. It's hard to say if it'd be a good choke point or not. We'll head down. And even if it was, the other side's not, so it's kind of pointless. Alright, and they met up here, and yeah, now we gotta go through this little archway, which has a nice little thing here to side and side to hide from turrets. It's not ideal for PvP, but it looks nice. Alright, not really seeing anywhere to put good defenses yet, due to all the LOS issues going on in here. I can't see too many plants. I am too short. The plants are taller than me. Oh, I should have made a taller character. It'll come down and around, and yeah. So this is probably the next best spot to build your defenses. You can have a kind of a build here, putting turrets on the walls. Maybe have a wall going on. The only issue, still a lot of LOS issues, but there was in the original cave as well. So if you build on structures, you might have an issue with tech riflers hiding right here. But if you just put the turrets up on the walls and the ceilings, it should be alright. And then when you come in here, you can go right and you can go up into a hole here, or you can go left and go across a death pit here. Alright, so let's see if the death pit is still in here. Yep. Yeah, death pit is still in here. Ah! Don't push me into the death pit. You jump into it. Bye! So the death pit makes this cave kind of a pain. Because you can't really build over it very well. And if any of your dinos fall in there, they die. Of course, the players fall in there, they die. So it also makes it a great defense because you can stand over here and push people off into the pit when they're trying to attack you. And this is got a really tall ceiling. So placing turrets around on the walls and ceilings in here will probably want it to be a great way to defend this area. Ah, yes, this spot, the old rat hole. I'm pretty sure it's against the rules. Can we still get back there? The dinosaur, the wild dino skin. Oh my goodness, I'm in a hole again. Bury a chest in here. Okay. Out of my way. How are the wild dinos? No. Leave me alone, Arthur. I want to know, you used to be able to grapple back up in here and get behind here. Oh my goodness. Okay, we need a light source. Oh yeah, you can just come right up in here and they made a hole for you so you can drop down in here, but at least it's not a hole you have to kind of grapple through and kind of like maneuver your way in carefully. So it kind of was hard to get anything back there to fight with. But yeah, you got a nice little spot back here that opening, most likely on purpose since that's a pretty big, oh, or not. What is this? Probably should be, can I get down in here? Oh. What's back there? That looks like a place if you could throw out a cryo or a grapple, knockout grapple through, you might be able to get somewhere, but maybe not. Maybe not. Am I stuck? Yeah, I'm stuck. So be careful about coming down in here. You can get stuck. I'll have to get out of this. Okay, where's the ghost? Alright, so if you knock out grapple back into here, flashlights are not great. No, let's do a torch. A torch is gonna be better. Less technology, work better. Okay. Alright, oh yeah, that's a lot better than the flashlight. Alright, so we knocked out grapple and got back into here. It doesn't look like there's anywhere to go beyond. Maybe another knockout? No. Well, you could probably get some storage boxes back here and a bed, but you won't be able to move, so I don't know. Couldn't get up there. Nah. Let's get out of this spot. Okay, cool. So not really a great glitch spot down in there, so that's good. But if you do build back here, you might want to cover that hole up because it's kind of in the way. That hole really shouldn't exist. This place is a very obvious place. This has been a known spot for a long time. So this should have been one of the first places I was fixed on this map. Alright, so you can come back up in here. And sure enough, more holes. Why? I mean, this looks... Oh my camera's going crazy. I mean, this looks on purpose, but at the same time, we gotta be careful when combining your terrain like this. You create spots where people can bust out of the mesh. And then sometimes you create holes where people can just walk out of the mesh. Like this one. Right, you can just walk back here and build, and you can just come through here and build. And come around here. Just don't fall too far. And you can build back up in here. You can drop, looks like you can come down a little bit. Yeah, if you're careful with foundations. Use triangle foundations correctly. Alright, look at this huge open space you got down here. Once cliff platforms come out, oh, this is going to be a horribly good place. Look at this. You just build out over here with triangle foundations and stuff and connect to between the walls and get a nice little cubby hole in here. We are under. Oh my goodness. I mean, we're under the map. Think. Yeah. Alright, so we just found a huge spot. You can just walk out of the map. And this, I mean, like I said, this is a super obvious spot. This has always been here. Wasn't this bad before, so they've made it even more. Even worse, I guess. I don't know. Bigger. Get out of the map spot. Before it was just kind of like a rat hole, but this is, yeah, out of the map. Oh, man. So if your enemy can get to this spot, then you might even be able to mess your base. So that's unfortunate. Because this is a huge, easy to walk in spot. It's not even hard to do. And once Aberration comes out, we'll have cliff platforms that can be put down here. So hopefully Wildcard fixes this and, like, pronto. This shouldn't have any quality. Your quality tester should have known this was a spot. There is no way they didn't know this was a spot and you can just walk out of it. Alright, so continuing on from what used to be a rat hole and is now a mesh getting out of the world spot. Right, we got some cool formations going on. We got these things were here before, which makes kind of a LS issue. So you just kind of build this into a breeding area. You basically got to stop them before the split, before the jump part, and they can go up. Split. There's really just going to be your item storage and dino storage and breeding area. And I mean, you can stack dino ceilings, like you stack ceilings out here. And have lots of different floors to put your dinosaurs on. You can breed all kinds of dinos here. We've used this bot to like control servers and stuff. So even though the entrance to this isn't as good, it's not that big of a deal because most of the rest of the cave is still the same. So this is still a pretty decent PvP cave. Of course, here we get to the end where the artifact is. A lot of tribes like to use this as their vault room where they keep all their cryos and vaults and stuff. And for good reason. You can get some decent defenses up around the outside of this, and even a little teleporter in there so you can escape weird stuff if you need to. Right, then we'll head up. Of course, you can build more and more here for breeding, crafting, whatever. Turrets on the walls, turrets on the ceilings. That'll give the enemy some slowdown at least. And this spot right here, you can get, if you put some turrets up along on that pillar there and on the ceilings and stuff up there to shoot down as they try and stick their head up through this side. It'll make it really hard for them to come up here, since there are no flyers and things like that in this cave. They would have to try and Fortnite build up here to try and get around those turrets. So definitely a great defensible spot. So if we drop down, you'll see we're back to where the split was. Yeah, and this is what it looks like when you're going up. So they would have to find a way to climb up this, and then poke their head up and get shot by a bunch of turrets since they're trying to get up there. So that's a decent defense spot. And if you catch it, and if they are trying to jump across this, a lot of dinosaurs can't get across this as long as they don't Fortniting building bridges, and you haven't built structures for them to get across. Then and they're trying to jump across this. this is a great spot to stop them. It works both ways. So if you're pushing them off the edge, they might be able to push you off the edge too, so keep that in mind. So the Church Cave gets a 6 out of 10 on the PvP scale for a great basis. It's not quite as good as some of the bases that are coming, but it is going to be one of the best caves to build in currently. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Have an awesome day.